Friday of Super Bowl week here in New Orleans at Radio Row, and joining us now, two-time Super Bowl MVP, the great, the powerful Eli Manning, media superstar.
The G.
Only guy that can get away with doing the double-barreled middle finger on TV.
Yeah, seriously, that was
Other
nice.
than
I
him.
like that.
Takes a lot of
that
talent.
fits us, though. That's
it.
very much
There you
on
go.
brand here.
No
so
doubt.
I like that. Maybe we'll all do that together at the end of the
I
show.
like
Oh, no,
that.
I'm already hearing objections. It's a very strenuous objections. How's it going?
It's going great. It's a great week. My hometown, grew up in New Orleans, so it's fun to be here for the Super Bowl. I get to stay with my parents. My mom's making me breakfast this morning, so it's all good.
That's amazing. So you're staying at home with mom
Staying
and dad.
at home, no doubt.
Wow.
No doubt.
In the old bed and everything?
They downsized a few years ago. They kind of moved into a condo, so I had to be quick and call dibs on the bed. I'm
Right.
like, make sure Peyton's in the hotel. I'm like, no, I called mom early. I'm like, I'm staying at home, and it's all working out.
So now we got
Awesome.
two Giants quarterbacks who live with their parents. Right? I know Tommy DeVito doesn't do it anymore.
No, yeah, that's right. Right. Yeah, exactly
Just for the
right.
Super Bowl. Just for the
Just
Super
for the
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Were you with Peyton? I love the Peyton story that it was at a Saints game and they stunk and people had bags on their heads. Were you with him when he wanted to wear the bag on his head?
I was.
Is there a bag that would fit his head?
I was. My mom was pregnant with me at the time, I think. So I was there in spirit. But yeah, I heard some boos, I think. But no, I was not there. But yeah, my older brother Coop and Peyton were at the game, and you know they had a rough year. I think had not won a game. It's in the November. They had the booze out. They had the aints and the bags over their head. And my brothers are asking, "Hey, can we get one of those bags? Those look kind of fun." And look down. They're wearing it. My mom's like, "All right, and we're not going to any more games this year."
All right. Well, while we're on bags on heads, then let's talk about the Giants too.
No.
Okay? Because if I was at the Giants games, I think I might be asking for bags on the head this year.
It wouldn't fit you either.
You wouldn't have to cut a little extra piece out there. But what's your State of the Union address for where the Giants are at right now? I mean, we're all Giants fans.
Yeah, I mean we're figuring it out. And
Right.
you know what? The great thing about the NFL is that each year you can go from not being very good to being pretty good and being a playoff contending team just by adding a few pieces. You look at Washington this year. You get the right quarterback. All of a sudden they're winning playoff games and they're playing the NFC Championship. So obviously they got to figure out the quarterback position, whether that's the draft and one of these quarterbacks that's coming out, whether that's free agency. So they're looking at that hard. They got to make that right decision because if you miss it, it sets you back a long way. So I know that's going to be key. A guy who can come in, he can lead the team, he can win those fourth quarter games. So many games come down to that 2-minute drive, to those last 5 minutes. Can you score? Can you get a stop? And you need the right guy that can handle that situation, especially in New York. It's not easy.
What do you think? You got a feel for anybody, or are you one that prefers hey, let's just start over young? We got the young guy Malik Neighbors, or do we try to find the Band-Aid veteran guy to go forward here?
Malik was here. He wants both.
He
wants a veteran
both.
and a
You're
rookie.
right.
He wants both. He wants
said
both. That's what he said. Give me both. Yeah, more options. To figure out. I don't know. It's a tough call, and obviously they're looking into it. I guess my first sense is get a veteran to come in there. It's hard for a rookie to come into the New York and be thrown into that spotlight and succeed. You gotta ease into it, because if you go in there and you don't have immediate success, which is hard to do,
right.
Most likely you're not gonna come in and win your first 5 games. You just get hounded, and it takes a little while to get used to that, to get your nerves down, to understand the magnitude of everything going on. You really want a guy, once he starts playing, to be comfortable, to know the offense and set him up for success instead of going through the learning curve of making every mistake, looking bad, and can they overcome that?
Well, off of that, I'm sorry. I know.
You're
I'm
fine.
rattling.
Go ahead.
Giants guys are rattling
I'll just
off
get a
here.
cup of
I know.
coffee.
I'm sorry.
And you two chat.
No, but
Asshole.
when as we know, my dad, you're talking about, he got hounded for 3 or 4 years. It was crap, right?
Yeah.
You got a lot of
No
crap
doubt.
early on.
No doubt.
When was it the moment that you felt hey, I'm actually comfortable, and I feel like the fans and everybody are accepting of me finally?
It's probably into that 4th year that you kind of, feel, hey, I know the offense. I feel comfortable just being around the area, understanding how the fans are going to react to every play, every game, dealing with the questions that are coming at you, just handling that. How do you answer these questions to the media and then forget about it? And how do I handle that process instead of getting down on myself? What do I read? What do I listen to? Listening to your teammates. So it takes time to understand that, and also understanding I was fortunate where I was in the same offense my first 10 years. That doesn't happen much. You come in, you get a young quarterback, and you got to look at the quarterbacks that have had success. they've been in the same offense 3-4 years
Definitely.
in a row, and
Huge
what that
thing.
means is you can't switch every 2 years and expect these guys to pick and have success.
Right.
The NFL's version of Halley's Comet is named after you and John Elway, because it happened in 1983, it happened 21 years later, and it's due to happen again this year. And he knows I should have a soapbox that I get up on, because I think that more guys should do what you did, because we've seen how that first stop on a quarterback's career especially can throw everything off the rails. And why do you think it's been so long since somebody's tried to, because it worked when you did it, why do you think it's been so long since somebody's tried to engineer where they go to start their career as a quarterback?
You know, it just takes takes a lot of nerve. Like you don't want to ruffle the feathers. It's, you know, you think about, you know, the dream of getting drafted, playing the NFL, and doing all those things, and to, you know, a lot of people think, hey, it'd be unbelievably a great honor to be the first pick in the NFL draft, and I want that, or that means more money. That's going to a club, and I was like, I don't care about being the first pick in the draft. I don't have an ego about that. I want to go to a place where it has a winning tradition. It has they care about football. The most important thing on their agenda is winning games, creating a great team. They have a great coaching staff, all these things. And so, you know, I tried to use that to my advantage and go to a place where I knew I would be happy. You get to choose where you play college. You get to choose, you know, to go into an offense, to go into a culture where you feel like you can thrive. The NFL, you don't get that opportunity, and you know, but it's hard to do.
Yeah.
We hate to bring it up, but we have to. Your immediate emotion in the aftermath of not making it to the Hall of Fame. You will eventually. You know, eventually.
You're getting in.
But what's the emotion not making a first try?
You know, I was happy for the guys that got in. I competed against Jared Allen. I sent him a text. I feel like I kind of got in because you sacked me so many times. I was helpful in you getting elected.
I helped the resume.
I helped the resume. So, you know, definitely I saw, you know, a lot of the clips were of me, of you sacking me. So I feel like that helped your case. Antonio Gates, you know, when I was coming out, you know, and getting, you know, thinking about going to the Chargers, doing workouts for them, they were telling me about, hey, we got this guy who's on the practice squad.
Right.
He didn't play college football,
basketball
but he's
player.
going to be unbelievable.
Right.
He's going to be a superstar. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. I'm like, yeah, right. Yeah, a guy didn't play football ever, and he's going to be a Hall of Famer. And sure enough, so happy for him. You know, so it's one of those deals. You can't control it. You can't, you know, go out and promote for it. All the details are out there. All the touchdowns, the interceptions, the wins, losses. It's all set, and I'm just enjoying being here in New Orleans.
Cool. All right, the quid pro quo is we got to let you talk about Verizon.
Oh,
there we go. Here we
We
go.
understand this is how it goes.
Yeah.
Make your pitch for Verizon.
Hey, well, Verizon down in Super Bowl, they have the House of Verizon, a place you go. You got music, you got food, you got the culture of New Orleans. They got a bowling tournament. You can win tickets to Super Bowl this year, and so Verizon does a great thing. They're the official 5G sponsor of the NFL.
Yep.
They make sure, hey, when you're in crowded spots, it's KS, you're in Bourbon Street, you're connected, you got
I'm
your
connected.
service.
I'm a Verizon
always,
guy.
Always on it.
Yep.
And so I've been in part of the Verizon family a long time. They do great things. They've invested so much in New Orleans and just the you know, the network capacity that this city has, preparing for all the tourism, the business travelers coming in, and especially for the Super Bowl. So you know, just unbelievable, you know, job they do of keeping everybody connected.
What's your
cool.
endorsement dollars? You
Cool.
suck up to every sponsor.
When it's like that, I say it. I mean,
No,
I have
you've done it
Verizon.
I have
all week
Verizon.
long. Here
Okay,
we go.
well,
All
I
right.
mean, I figured the people that are here for Verizon
They
might
need
like
to
that.
know.
Right? Be like, oh no,
Give you a little.
you
You
know,
know, if
I mean,
Eli's
thank-
not available, call me.
Yeah, well, sure. I
On a
just try-
Verizon phone.
There you
Wait,
go.
House of
Right back,
Verizon, House of the Rising
House
Sun.
of Verizon.
I mean, we're
Check
in New
it out.
Orleans.
For
I
the
like
Verizon
that.
customers, go get some food, go get some
Yeah.
culture here.
Hey,
Yes.
and great stuff on TV with Peyton. You always make us laugh, and it was great talking to you. All the best. And
Thank you, guys.
next year,
We'll see.
different phone call. Yeah. All right.
Thank-
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.